Well, I wanted to make a short video, I guess because of this anniversary of this TWA Flight 800 thing about UFO stuff. And what I really am interested in, and although I'm a member of MUFON, and I'm not one of the investigators, and maybe it's because I have a little bit different area of interest. I'm more interested in the materials than the individuals who saw the UFOs flying. And what I want to go into is, when you find a piece of some material that's unusual, how do you decide if this is or is not a piece of some sort of UFO or foreign craft? So I want to show you a couple things that I have made around it. This material is something that I believe to be a part or a piece of genuine, unidentified flying object. Now, it's composite, but just finding the material isn't quite enough. I found this material isolated out in a field, way out in the desert, and it's very unusual, a composite-like material, and I kept it. But the problem I have is that whether or not this is or isn't unidentified flying object is really just my personal opinion. I don't have any other evidence to substantiate it. There wasn't a craft in that location. There wasn't a sighting in that location. There weren't other factors that would have helped to verify that. Instead, it's only my personal belief. And this is the dilemma you wind up not only with people that see UFOs, but also with the materials. It's something that I believe is. So that's all I can say. I also have some other kind of materials like this. This thing looks like something that dripped. Dripped on the ground. It's kind of waxy. But the other experience I had is actually seeing a craft on the ground and going back after it left and finding something unusual sitting on the ground by it. And that is the kind of stuff that is. It's sort of a waxy kind of thing, which, although not actually a piece of the craft, is something that is probably of extraterrestrial origin. And it's of extraterrestrial origin because it's probably some sort of waste product or something like that that this alien craft left behind. This is also another kind of thing I find. I found this next to something I believe is extraterrestrial. But lo and behold, the thing that makes this thing suspicious and that it may not be of extraterrestrial origin is apparently there's some kind of human writing on it that's hard to decipher. It looks as if it's a part number or something to that effect. So this, I would say, although I liked where I found it, it's probably not of extraterrestrial origin. Although I'm a little bit disappointed because when I pick it up and I find something like a part number on it, I don't know if this is some sort of mental apparition or if genuinely I'm making an observation, because the problem that you have with UFO stuff in general is that if you're dealing with an individual sighting or an individual observation that has a weakness in it simply because there's only one observer. It's not scientifically reproducible. It's not good science. So although it's fun to show the material and say, wow, look at this, I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything because I know the evidence isn't solid enough to make that argument. And as far as UFO things go, I'm not sure there's any benefit in trying to convince anybody of anything. You know, these things have a profound effect on us. And not everybody in society but on a few of us. So for us, it's an interesting topic, and it's a great thing to look at. But our duty isn't really to convince the society as a whole that these things are real until we get to a point where we have some real good, solid scientific basis. And, I've adopted this new retro 60s look, and I just wanted to say that. And I know a lot of us, because of this TWA flight 800, are spending some time thinking about whether or not there were any kind of extraterrestrial possibilities in the loss of this. So, thank you very much.